Yes, your iPhone battery health will go down after you update to iOS 26, but you shouldn't really worry that much. Let's talk about that. How is it going, everybody? You're watching Then About Tech, and that's correct. Your iPhone battery health maximum capacity percentage will go down after you update to iOS 26. It may be instant, it may take a few hours, days, or even a couple weeks, but it will go down because of the software update. But you don't have to worry about it because your battery won't be affected. It won't change. It won't be degraded. Your battery won't lose capacity. Your battery won't lose performance in any way, shape, or form. If you go ahead and grab your iPhone and then you open up your iPhone settings and then go to battery, and then you'll already see the new battery interface right here, which looks very good in iOS 26. And then you go right here to battery health. You see that mine is normal. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, but your battery health is normal if it's above 80% on maximum capacity. If it's below, it enters maintenance. So you should replace it, right? So in my case right here, I have a maximum capacity of 91%, 410 cycles on this iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is completely normal, completely healthy. And speaking about cycle count, this has everything to do with the subject of this video. So let me explain. Every single time we update our iPhones, and I'm not just talking about iOS 26, I'm talking about every single software update. So if you go from iOS 18.6 to 18.6.1, this will also happen. So what happens is your iPhone will run some checks in a bunch, dozens, hundreds, thousands of parameters, including your battery. And those checks are here exactly to make sure everything is up to date on your iPhone, including your battery health, your maximum capacity. So when we update the iPhone software, iOS, it will recalculate the maximum capacity of the battery by, of course, a bunch of different parameters, including your cycle count, just to make sure this number, this percentage right here, as you're seeing, is actually correct. Because on the day-to-day use, generally, the iPhone doesn't really recalculate and update this number. So generally it stays static at the same number that it is. And when you update the software, that's when it recalculates and shows you the update, the current number. So that's it. That's just a number update. Let me give you an example just to be very clear. Let's imagine this iPhone, a 16 Pro Max, had 93% of maximum capacity yesterday, before updating to iOS 26, while I was still in iOS 18.6.1. And then after updating to iOS 26, this number updated to 91%. What happened really wasn't a change of my battery status. My battery didn't degrade. My battery didn't get worse or anything like that. What happened was just the update of this number. So yesterday, while I was still in iOS 18.6.1, my maximum capacity percentage was already at 91, but it was outdated. It wasn't showing the correct current number. And then after updating to iOS 26, it recalculated and it showed me the real number, 91 in this example. But I didn't lose 2%. My battery didn't age. My battery didn't get worse or anything like that. My battery is the same. It's just the number that's now correct. It's current, which before it was outdated. So when you update to iOS 26 or any other iOS update, you're not really making your iPhone battery worse or older or more degraded. You're just making it correct. And that's why there's just no point not updating to iOS 26, because a lot of people are saying this. I'm not gonna update because I don't wanna lose percentage, I don't wanna decrease my battery health. And the thing is, you're not doing yourself a favor because your battery will stay the same regardless if you are in iOS 18 or right after you update to iOS 26. But of course, you're just losing the experience, losing everything new in iOS 26 because of this worry of this number, which doesn't change anything on your performance and experience. And to make things even worse, even if you don't update just for this reason, even if you stick to iOS 18 exclusively for this reason, eventually this number will be updated. As I said, generally it gets updated after you update your software. But if you stick to a software version for weeks or months, eventually when you restart your iPhone, it will happen. This number will be updated even if you don't update the software. So then there's just no point. But then I know a lot of people are gonna say, okay, Daniel, but my battery did get worse. After I updated to iOS 26, my battery is trash. It's draining so much. I can definitely notice a difference. It's not just the number, my battery did get much worse after updating to iOS 26. And I understand this, I feel you, because I know that this may happen, and this is happening to a lot of people as well, but you have to understand that it doesn't have to do with iOS 26 as a whole, but the fact that on those very first days after you update to a major new software version, that's normal. Your iPhone will be a little bit slow, will be a little bit buggy, and your battery will suffer a little bit, but that's just for a few days. I actually made a dedicated video explaining this phenomenon that happens right after you update, those very first days that your iPhone feels trash, feels like ruined. And if you want to take a look at this video, you can take a look at this card, link in the description. But again, this will pass. After a few days, this will be gone and your battery will be back to normal. Okay, so it has nothing to do with maximum capacity or anything like that. It's just the very first days, all right? So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I wanted to tell you about battery health drop after updating to iOS 26. So don't worry too much about it. That's normal, that happens. So just use your iPhone, enjoy it, and have some fun. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next videos, guys. Bye-bye.